Have you ever felt stressed, but had no idea who you could talk to? Like your mind is loud, but your mouth stays shut. Maybe you've felt things like this lately. You're constantly tired, but when you finally get time to rest, you can't switch off. You get irritated over small things and don't even know why you're so on edge. You feel pressure to succeed, to move forward, to level up. But secretly, you feel like you're falling behind. You want support, but you don't want to look weak. You're surrounded by people, co-workers, friends, family, but somehow you still feel alone. And the worst part, you tell yourself, other people have it worse. I should be able to handle this. Just suck it up. So you stay quiet. You keep going. You act like everything's fine. If any of that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Because today we're talking about something millions of men go through, but almost never talk about. Men's mental health. Here's the thing. Men struggle with depression, anxiety, burnout, and loneliness just as much as anyone else. But it often doesn't look like sadness. Instead, it can look like anger instead of tears, silence instead of asking for help, working non-stop instead of resting, drinking, gaming, or scrolling for hours just to escape your own head, pulling away from people you care about, feeling emotionally numb, like you're just going through the motions of life. A lot of men don't even realize they're dealing with mental health issues. They just think, I'm stressed, I'm tired, I'm just in a bad mood lately. But under the surface, there's often something deeper. Pressure, fear of failing, feeling unappreciated, feeling replaceable, feeling like no matter what you do, it's never quite enough. And because many men are taught to handle things alone, this stress builds quietly, month after month, year after year, until it turns into burnout, emotional shutdown, or self-destructive habits. So where does this come from? For many men, it starts when they're boys. A lot of us grew up hearing things like, be strong, don't cry, man up, stop being soft. So boys don't really learn how to process emotions. They learn how to hide them. They learn that showing fear, sadness, or vulnerability might lead to being laughed at, judged, or seen as weak. But emotions don't disappear when you ignore them. They get stored. And eventually they come out sideways, as anger, stress, addiction, or feeling completely numb. Then there's the pressure of modern life. Men are still heavily judged on money, career success, status, being a provider, being in control. So when life doesn't go as planned, maybe work isn't going well, money is tight, or a relationship falls apart, it doesn't just feel like a normal setback. It feels like, I failed as a man. That kind of identity level shame hits deep. And most men don't say it out loud. They just carry it in silence. Another huge piece of this is loneliness. And not just, I'm by myself loneliness. Emotional loneliness. Many men don't have close friends they can really open up to. Conversations stay on the surface. Jokes, sports, work, memes. Fun, but not deep. A lot of men only talk about their real feelings with their partner. So when life gets hard, or a relationship ends, suddenly there's no emotional support system. You can be in a room full of people and still feel like no one actually knows what you're going through. That kind of loneliness is heavy, and it's incredibly common. This is why men's mental health is such a serious issue. Not because men feel more pain than anyone else, but because men are often less likely to talk about it and more likely to deal with it alone. So the pain shows up in different ways. Substance abuse, aggression, risky behavior, emotional shutdown, workaholism. The struggle is there. It's just wearing a different mask. The good news is this can change, and it doesn't require you to become a completely different person. First, we need to redefine strength. Strength isn't pretending you're fine when you're drowning. Real strength is being able to say, I've been under a lot of pressure lately. I'm not doing as well as I look. That's not weakness. That's emotional courage. Second, get better at naming what you actually feel. A lot of men only use words like stressed or angry, but under anger, there might be hurt. Under stress, there might be fear. Under frustration, there might be feeling unappreciated or out of control. The more specific you get, the less confusing and overwhelming everything feels. Third, talk while doing something. For many men, sitting face to face and talking about feelings feels intense. So don't force it to look like a movie scene. Talk while driving, while walking, at the gym, while gaming. Side-by-side conversations often feel safer and more natural. Fourth, move your body. Exercise isn't just about looking better. It's one of the most powerful tools for regulating mood and stress. Lifting weights, running, sports, even long walks help your body release tension your mind has been carrying. And finally, consider therapy or coaching. Think of therapy like a mental gym. You don't go because you're broken. You go to build emotional strength, resilience, and clarity. High performers have trainers for their bodies and mentors for business. Working on your mind is no different. If you're a man watching this and quietly struggling, hear this clearly. You are not weak. You are not broken. And you are definitely not alone. Most men were never taught how to deal with emotions. But that doesn't mean you can't learn now. You don't have to carry everything by yourself. Talking doesn't make you less of a man. It makes you a healthier one. And honestly, the strongest men are the ones brave enough to say, "Yeah, I've been having a hard time.